Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel, Planning with Bree, and I am Bree. This is the setup for my mom's February bullet journal, but right now I'm flipping through what I did for her in January. So she's filled this out, so I just used some old footage, and now we are getting into February. So for February, my mom wanted something to represent like Black History Month, and she wanted it to be colorful. She wanted like blues and purples and pinks. She kind of grabbed some inspiration from some paintings I have hanging up in my room that were gifted to me. So I just kind of looked at some photos on Pinterest and went for that. So down here in the left-hand corner, I'm drawing the fist. I don't want to call it the Black Panther fist, but say aloud, I'm black and I'm proud. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I'm drawing that fist down here in a dark brown color. It kind of represents my skin tone more than it represents hers, but I had to put myself in here some type of way since I am the artist. And then I just love using that gold pen. It is a gold Uniball gel pen, I believe, and everything else I'm using are Crayola Supertips. So this page is for her January reflection and then her February goals. I just write those in these 2 shades of brown. I'm really loving that tan brown. I used it in my own bullet journal when I did the setup for Cartagena, South America. I love this color. It's so versatile and I use it a lot. And I also love using this border. I've used it so many times now. I don't know what it is about it. It's just kind of unique. So after I do the border for that, I'm going to start on her cover page. So for this cover page, I saw a picture on Pinterest. If I can find it, I'll put it right here in the top right-hand corner of the screen. And it was just of this woman with an afro of 3 different colors. And I thought it was so cute. It was the colors that my mom wanted. It had some gold in it. Her earrings were gold. Perfect, because I have gold all over the spread. So I just kind of took some inspiration from that picture and colored her afro in blue, pink, and purple. And I just kind of followed the picture as best as I could to make it look like that. And then I just added a few touches myself, like the shirt and the background. So I'm going to fill this in. And you see me kind of trying to make the face look as realistic as possible as I can with markers. It's a little harder for me to make the face look realistic with markers than it is with colored pencils. But I haven't drawn a portrait or a face in a while. So either way, I think it was going to look the same. I think it turned out really cute. I think it really has a lot of character, and I'm excited to see what my mom thinks. She hasn't seen it yet. So, Mom, if you're watching this video, I hope you like it. Now that I'm done filling in the background, I'm just going to color her shirt in. She had on a turtleneck in the picture, but I didn't want it to be black because the background was black. So I just chose to go with that tan that I was talking about that I used on the previous page. All right, February up at the top right-hand corner. And I chose not to do a mini calendar because this is her prayer journal and she's not really going to use a mini calendar. So I just kept it simple with the gold February and then added the Maya Angelou quote, "And still I rise." And that's it for the cover page. Okay, so now we're going to get into the next page. So when I did my prayer journal video, my mom was like, "Hey, I think I want a favorites page." So I'm going to give her a favorites page. So I think earlier I said this was her bullet journal, but it's not. It's her prayer journal. I tried to make it to where it was a bullet journal, prayer journal mix, and she wasn't feeling it. She was like, "Yeah, I just want prayers and scriptures and things like that." So right now at our church, we are reading through the entire Bible for 2022. And since she's reading so many scriptures, she wanted a place to put anything that stood out to her every month. So that's what this page is for. She also asked me to do a black woman with an afro and with words in the afros. This is one of the first things she said to me, and I was like, okay. I knew what she meant because that's what the portraits I have on my wall are, but I didn't know how to make it happen. So needless to say, I have many sketches trying to figure out what colors work best. She wanted blues, purples, and pinks, remember? And the purples that I had, the blues that I had, they weren't doing the job. So I finally got it together, figured out how I was going to outline them and color them in. And this is how it turned out. So you're going to see me kind of going around the letters of the outline in black just to give me a border. So when I'm coloring in the bigger spaces, I don't run over the words like this right here. So I'm going to get done with that, and I'm going to add some details to her face, color her face in, give her some gold hoops, okay? Because we love a good hoop, me and my mama. These are a little bigger than she would wear, but, like I said, got to put myself in this journal somewhere. So, unfortunately, I lost a little bit of footage, so you can't see me finish her afro or her face, but that's okay. So I outlined it in gold using that border that I like so much, added some white accents to the word favorites, and then a little bit more gold accents, and then I'm going to go in and make some lines. So she was explaining to me that she's fine writing just on the dots. She can keep a straight line like that. But I thought the background was a little blank and I didn't want to color it in. And, lines just made sense. So I drew in some lines on both pages and voila, that's what it looks like. So now we're going to move on to her weekly spreads. Now, these spreads are going to be for her sermon notes, her prayers, or whatever else she wants to write down. So I'm just going to make a border for each weekly spread. I only recorded the first week because it kind of gets redundant after this one. So I used those various shades of browns that I showed a few seconds ago for each border and each tab. I also used that same color, whatever color I used for that tab. I used that color to write out the week number. And then I just used black to write the same 4 things on each week. I give her a space so that she can write her date. I give her a space so she can write her sermon title, because there's always a sermon title, and then a space for the scripture. I tried to make the spacing for scripture a little bit longer or a little, wider so that she can write the full scripture if she wanted to, or she could use that space just to write the actual scripture, like, Matthew 24:6. So I went ahead and filled in the other 3 weeks with various borders and various shades of browns and black to stay in a theme. And this is the final flip through. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.